Oh, can you hear that? That's thunder and lightning. Oh, I don't like thunder and lightning. I'm sure glad you guys are here, though, because I know sometimes it can be a little frightening with things that we're nervous about. So, the emo boys are supposed to do the program today, and I think I'm just going to go back under this blanket.
Riley, why are you crying? What?
He's gone.
Who?
Garrett.
Riley, he's not gone. He just got married.
But he's still gone.
Devin!
Right. Garrett got married. So I'm gonna be taking over the storytelling. Today I'm gonna be telling you about Gideon. This is a story about being fearless and...
Yahtzee!
I can't do this.
Wait, Devin, no!
Devin, what you doing?
Running away. I'm trying to tell the story of Gideon because Garrett left and got married, and I just get so nervous when I talk in front of people, and I'm gonna leave.
Sounds like you need to hear the story of Gideon even more than the others. Why don't you come back here and I'll tell it?
Okay.
Oh, here, pass.
Alright, so the story of Gideon, he started off where the Israelites were disobedient to God. They broke their sacred covenant, and for that, God allowed a nation called the Midianites to conquer them.
Medieval knights?
Not quite, but Midianites. So Gideon was the youngest son of the smallest tribe, and he was terrified of the Midianites because of what they had been doing to Israel. He was so scared that he was threshing wheat in a wine press.
Thrashing wheat?
Not thrashing wheat, threshing wheat.
Isn't threshing wheat whenever the farmers would throw the wheat up in the air and try to get rid of all the chaff to clean it?
Exactly. That was how they were able to separate what was dead and what could be used for food. So God sent him a messenger, an angel, and Gideon was still so scared that he didn't even think it was real. So he gave God lots of tests, which God passed them all, by the way. And at this point, Gideon was commanded to build an army to help deliver Israel. So he had his marching orders, and he had assumed 32,000 Israelite soldiers to fight 135,000 Midianites.
Wow.
That's more than Steuben County.
Oh, wow. That includes Arkport and Hornell and Canisteo and probably a lot of the towns that you guys are from.
Absolutely. So at this point, it was already looking pretty bad.
But didn't God have him dwindle the army down, make it a lot less than 32,000?
He did. He had them drop almost down to 300 men.
300?
Now, if you counted up the details, that's 300 to 135,000. That's over 400 bad guys to every one Israelite.
Ooh, wow.
Which, again, Gideon was terrified. So, the night before the fight was supposed to take place, God sent him to the edge of the Midianite camp, and he overheard Midianites talking. One of them was saying how he had a dream that a giant loaf of bread had rolled down the hill and squashed the entire camp. And another Midianite said, Gideon, the fighter, is going to destroy us all.
Man, I remember I once had a dream that a giant Winnie the Pooh chased me up our driveway.
That's terrifying.
It was.
I'm so sorry. But back to the story.
Well, actually, I think I can take it from here.
Okay.
So Gideon came back from hearing the dream, and he wasn't afraid anymore.
and he took the army and they went out that night and they decided that they were going to surround the Midianites. And they didn't let them know that they were there yet. And they had a torch and a clay jar hiding the torch, hiding the flame. And when they were all ready, they pulled the jar off and smashed it, and then shouted really loud, "The sword of the Lord and of Gideon." And they all charged in, completely drove the Midianites out of there. And he destroyed the whole army of the Midianites. And Gideon wasn't afraid anymore, because he knew that God was with him.
Absolutely, then.
Yeah. Well, I think we're all done here, and we'll see you guys next time, and I'll hand it over to Pastor Doug.
Oh. Hey, I am so thankful for that story. Because, you know what? I don't even think I need this blanket anymore. That's great news. I am so glad that even when we're afraid of things, we can trust in God. Guys, thanks for that great reminder from the Bible. And you know, that reminds me of another Bible verse. And we're actually going to give that verse to you right now. It's found in Psalms chapter 56, verse 3. It's a really short verse, but it's got a lot of good stuff in it. It says this: "When I am afraid, I put my trust in you." And it simply talks about when we're afraid of things, then who do we put our trust in? We put our trust in God. And that's what Gideon had to do, and that's what I have to do, and that's what you should do as well. When we're afraid of things, whether it's a thunder and lightning storm, or maybe stuff like Gideon, or who knows, maybe eating some Brussels sprouts. Whatever you're afraid of, you can trust in God to give you the strength and the courage to know what to do, when to do it, and to actually go ahead and then do it. Now, the challenge for you this week is for you to memorize that verse. And then once you memorize it, I want you to take a picture with a thumbs up, and maybe you could write the verse out, or at least put it on a picture that you draw, at least the reference, Psalms 56, verse 3. And then you can send that in to us, and we'll give you those directions, as always, at the end of the video. Now, here's the cool part. Up to this point, we've given away prizes to pretty much everybody, it seems, that's been sending stuff in. And so we wanted to encourage you to participate, because what we've noticed is some kids have stopped participating once they won a prize. And so we would love to have you participate once again. So this week, we're going to give a prize to everyone. That's right, a prize to everyone who sends in their own picture to us for the contest. And that prize is going to be some really awesome ice cream, because we love ice cream, at least I do. And so you're going to get a certificate for a free ice cream cone if you participate in the contest this week. But before we give you those directions, in case you need them, I wanted to announce the winner from last week, and her name is Ellie. So Ellie, we are really thrilled that you won the contest, and you did a great job. And I saw you there peeling those potatoes. And so we're going to send out a great prize to you. But again, we want as many people to participate as possible. So all you got to be is a kid. And if you're a kid, no grown-ups, then you can win a free ice cream cone by participating in the contest this week about not being afraid by memorizing Psalm 56, 3. Take your picture, send it to us, and Becca is going to tell you exactly what to do from there. We'll see you next week.
All you need to do is go to Instagram and send us a picture of your entry in a direct message by Thursday of this week. You can find us on Instagram at NHWC Kids Contest. Well, that's all for today, but we will see you next time.